Hi, this is Rich Colin, Director of Football Operations for the Southern California Collegiate Football Officials Association. We're moving into week 3. We will not have a written bulletin this week. I'll be out of town babysitting and watching my grandson play his first high school football game in Arizona. We've got some good plays this week from the last 2 weeks, actually. Uh, these are what we call teachable moments. We're not trying to embarrass anybody. We don't even know, when Greg and I look at these, we don't even know who the officials are. We just get them emailed to us from either coaches or the crew chiefs. So again, we're not trying to embarrass anybody. They're teachable moments. These are 3-4 good plays you can learn from, and hopefully we'll all watch these this week. So have a good week 3 out there.
Really quickly, just wanted to start off with an approved ruling from Rich here. We had a team doctor and athletic trainer that emailed us these pictures that says that he adds them to his players' knees to help with tendonitis in the lower knee area there, and that one of our umpires said that these were adornments. Totally get where we're coming from, but these are approved equipment as long as they're right there, underneath the knee. It helps give it some support. But if you see these bands, up and down the legs, up and down the arms, like some of our players like to do, those are considered adornments, and they do need to be removed. So these pictures here, we're looking at legal equipment. Another thing that came up were drones. And with regards to drones, I found something in the FAA website here. That says that the Federal Aviation Administration prohibits the use of drones near stadiums, due to safety concerns. It's called the temporary flight restrictions. The FAA may designate a no drone zone around stadiums, such as sporting events, space launches, presidential movements. These restrictions include the size, the area, altitude, and dates, etc. Drones aren't allowed. Don't fly drones anywhere near the stadium. Pre-game, officials ask them to be removed. During the game, suspend the game until the drones are taken down. And quickly wanted to review the elements of intentional grounding. We went through these in the high school bulletin this week, but we obviously see this action during our games on Saturdays. And it's just a reminder there in 732, we have the definition of an illegal forward pass, where if a passer throws the ball into an area not occupied by an eligible receiver, that passer or the person that received the snap and throws the pass needs to be outside of the tackle box and get the ball back to the line of scrimmage. So in this particular case, we've got double sticks. It looks like 4th and 12 there. Flank officials, mechanically, we need to help out our referees in this situation by at least letting them know that no eligible receiver, was in the area. We've got our O to O's. Again, not saying that this crew didn't do it, but just as a reminder for our flank officials, even the umpire, letting everybody know that there was no eligible receiver in the area and whether or not the ball crossed the line of scrimmage. There's signals as far as mechanics go. If we're not using O to O's, that you can review during your pregame, because I guarantee you that 110% of our referees, with this quarterback under duress like he is following the quarterback. They do not know the result of the play. They don't know if this ball made it back to the line of scrimmage. Referees, it's just a reminder, you might want to drop your beanbag. This is a spot of the foul, so this is a little bit different from Friday. This is a just enforced from the spot of the foul, no yardage penalty, and a loss of down. So this being 4th and 12, we would have put the ball there at about the B42 yard line going out, and it would be first down 14B. Here's an interesting play, a little bit of dead ball action that we actually reached out to, had some good discussion this week on our Discord thread, but then reached out to Rod Amari for kind of an official ruling here. But if I slow this action down, you see that we've got a nose tackle that is in the neutral zone here and not making any contact with the center or the guards that are right in front of him. And then the right tackle stands up and takes a step back. So what do we have here? And after talking with Rod, we really appreciate the feedback. Said that based on the rules, there was no contact here by the nose guard. This is a false start, as the tackle is not in a position to be threatened since he's too two positions away here. So I guess in other words, if we've got this nose tackle here and there's movement by the snapper or the guard on that side, we'd want to put this on the defense and have a dead ball neutral zone infraction on the defense here. But because the right tackle, did move, he's not adjacent to the person that's in the neutral zone, there at all. We do want this called as a false start on the offense. And so here we just wanted to go through a quick reminder with regards to an unsuccessful scrimmage kick. Here you can see that we've got Team A in a legal scrimmage kick formation attempting a field goal, and that field goal comes up way short and is grounded in the end zone. So we know that generally by rule this would be a touchback on some other nights, and the ball would come out to the 20-yard line. However, on Saturdays and in our NCAA rule book, we've got 8-4-2. Specifically B1 there, where if we have an unsuccessful field goal that is outside the 20-yard line, the ball will go back to the previous spot. And if we have an unsuccessful field goal inside or at the 20-yard line or in, the ball will come back to the 20-yard line. So it looks like this particular kick was, I think it was from about the 30. There we go. Looks like the 26 or 27 there, 26. So this ball would come out and be Team B's ball, 1st and 10 from the B26. And here we wanted to talk about a situation in which we had two forward passes. And as we see here, that first pass was definitely thrown forward, thrown at about the 47-yard line, the A47, and about the 46 because he takes a step back. And clearly this pass is forward. When in doubt, our standard is that this is forward or a lateral pass right across the line of scrimmage. But really what we wanted to talk about here was the flanks. And, when you see this type of action, starting, with the quarterback, feel free to step back into the offensive backfield to help rule on whether or not this pass is forward or backward. Our standard is as well that the flank official, so the L in this case, stepping back into the offensive backfield should punch backwards so that everybody knows that that's a backwards pass. And then even if it's close like this too, looks good on film, tells all the coaches that you saw what you saw, a punch forward here in this particular case would not necessarily be a bad idea. So flank officials, make sure, when you see this type of action, try to step into the offensive backfield. But in this case, it was 6 points on the board. Also did want to point out when watching this a couple of times, really great positioning and cushion by these deep officials. They slow down, they confirm with one another, and then go up for a touchdown here. But flank officials, time to shine. This is where really we need your help with regards to a second illegal forward pass. And in our final play this week, we're going to take a look at some of the mechanics of this deep official at the top of the screen there. Good position, good cushion, starting to back up a little bit. And then, boom, a little slap and tickle from the local high school photographer that's on the pylon there. And really fast to get a flag out of his pocket there. No, just kind of wanted to end this week. Let's be a little bit cautious on who we're throwing unsportsmanlike foul flags on. For a little contact there, especially when it's against a high school photographer. So good job by these guys, but this might be a flag we want to pick up, wave off, and just warn them to get back a little bit. And that's going to do it for our weekly bulletin here this week. Thank you for everybody for sending in film, coaches, crew chiefs, our officials. Keep it coming. It just makes us all better. And as Rich mentioned, these videos aren't to embarrass anybody, but more teachable moments that we can all get better as officials, and provide better officiating for our coaches and student athletes. Have a great week 3, everybody. Take care.